wait, I don't have any here. Enriched cornmeal, vegetable oil, cheese seasoning, canola oil, maltodextrin, natural and artificial flavors, salt, whey protein, monosodium glutamate, again, lactic acid, citric acid, yellow number 6, milk ingredients, salt, blah, blah, blah. Why does this matter? Why are these addictive? And this is really the only science in this talk right now. These foods use your brain's pathways to create demand. So one way you can sell something is to make people want it more, or you can make something cheaper and more plentiful, right? What these snack food companies have done is both. They have figured out a way to make you want the product more, and they've made it cheap enough that you can keep buying it over and over and over again, and you never run out of money for these things. They've hijacked the dopamine reward system pathway in your brain. They've disrupted your ghrelin and leptin pathways. Ghrelin's the hunger hormone, leptin's the satiety or I'm full hormone. They've manipulated your serotonin levels in the brain and in the gut. They've provided a way to very rapidly deliver simple carbs that are easily digestible and fats. And they've done massive sensory engineering. Think about this. If I asked you to sit with a spoon and eat salt, you would stop at a certain point because you just would not be able to tolerate it, and your body would make you stop eating it. But if I gave you a bowl and I mixed salt and sugar with probably a little bit more sugar than salt, you would never stop eating it. So when you add sugar to a salty food, which they do, I've already showed you that, or you add salt to a sugary food, you are hijacking all of the normal natural stop points in the brain to stop eating. It is ingenious and it is addictive, and you just need to know about it. I'm not saying they have to stop making these products, but you need to know about it, and then you can decide if you want to be addicted to it because of this manipulation of your brain. I don't, but some people do, and some people are okay with that. That's okay. But I don't think it's really good for me, so I don't want to eat these kind of foods, but this is how it ends up tricking you to eating more and more and more. With a tagline, you can't just eat one, or you can't eat just one. It's very true. So this is your seed oil and fatty acid content. I just want you to look at olive oil, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Olive oil has the most monounsaturated fats of all, and one of the lowest levels of saturated fats, okay, and a good amount of polyunsaturated. So I think olive oil is probably your healthiest option, pretty much bar none, for cooking and eating. So just keep that in mind. All of these other things all change when you process with heat and you add deodorization and bleaching and whatnot. Avocado oil is not on the list. Avocado oil has a high level of omega-6, and olive oil is the second oil I choose to cook with normally. I do not use vegetable oil at all anymore, if I can help it. Okay, so when you have too much linoleic acid in something, or O6, omega-6, it's easy to become oxidized. We talked about that already. The polyunsaturated fats can allow more free electrons or free radicals to happen, and that ends up causing oxidative damage to the oil itself, and it becomes a self-feeding cycle. Oxidized fats in a low-density lipoprotein is worse than an unoxidized fat. The oxidized fats are what cause the plaquing, so the macrophages, the white blood cells, come in to get rid of the oxidized fat, and it creates what's called a foam cell inside of your arterial lining, and that becomes a plaque, which eventually can become a heart attack or a stroke. So if you're gonna have high LDL, you definitely don't want oxidized LDL. So you really don't want a ton of omega-6 in your LDL. Well, unfortunately, nowadays we do have that, because soybean oil, one of the most common oils on the planet now, particularly here, is 50 to 60% omega-6. The American diet is replete with omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acids now, really to our detriment. That is the most common form of fat I think that we're getting.